going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're finally here at the next monthly review. So we're making it a bit of a regular occurrence, I think, doing it part way through the month. There are reasons. We had a really lovely week last week with our southern friends coming up, introducing to all things north, especially the delightful weather. So there's been a lot going on. But you did have 2 videos last week that I'm assuming a lot of you weren't expecting. So it's not like you haven't had any content. We're pulling out a little bit because we need to get into that algorithm, Amy. Those algorithms. Amy's obsessed with the algorithms. She likes us in them. And we're getting ourselves in there slowly but surely. We don't want to overload everything. And obviously, on to the next part that everyone's been waiting for. I hope no one's disappointed with our little secret, our little surprise. But it has taken up a little bit of our time over the past couple of days. So, yeah, straight on to that surprise. So, welcome to the monthly. Let us show you what we've got.
So, to the big reveal, everyone. Welcome to the Jangus household. It's Becky!
Hi, okay, little kitty.
Look at him! So that was our little reveal, ladies and gentlemen. I know I teased a little bit in the Discord. I know a lot of you were thinking, are they getting engaged? Are they pregnant? All of the things that we absolutely want and will come very soon, I'm sure. But we felt like we needed to add a little bit of life into the flat, especially with Becky being, housebound, that kind of thing.
Speaking of that though, extra good news today.
Extra good news, yeah.
So I've been to the hospital for my final meet up with the surgeon, and I no longer have to wear my boot, and I don't need crutches anymore.
Yeah, so
I'm well on my way to recovery now.
Limping around without the crutches, it's amazing. So yeah, it's been a great day. So yeah, the reason the video was delayed, we of course had James and Amy up, which was absolutely amazing, and we were genuinely absolutely shattered from all the booze and the junk food, takeaways, all that good stuff. And then we were arranging this little fella, little Bucky, which is a little bit hyper at the minute because he has just had a million hours sleep. He's usually very settled, so loving. As you guys know, I absolutely adore cats. They're amazing, and we couldn't wait to bring one. And you've never had one before, have you? So.
And he's an absolute mummy's boy.
Yeah.
So he kept us up a lot of the night. Yeah. It was his first night last night, and he slept some of it, but we were both worried about rolling over and squashing him on the bed.
Yep.
And then he decided he had a little sleep under the sofa. He enjoyed it there, but then this morning when he brought him in, he was all purrs.
Yeah.
And it was gorgeous, but I've just been for a nap after not really sleeping very much, and you stayed with me, didn't you, the whole time? He's a proper mummy's boy.
He's absolutely amazing, honestly, and I love cats anyway, and
he's off.
It seems like I'm just saying this, but I've had them in the past, and I've not known one be like this. Yeah. I've only had a couple of kittens. Generally, when I've had cats, they've been at an older age, but he's just so cool. Normally you shut the bedroom door and they just want to get out, they're scratching at the carpet or whatever to escape. But he settled, didn't he? Other than getting up at sort of 3-4 in the morning, he was just laid on the bed. It was if it was just normal.
And he wasn't the one that wanted to get out. I said, he's waking up, he was trying to play, he was pouncing on us. I was like, let's take him in the living room, let him run off some energy.
Moving my toes at the end of the bed, and he's just like,
Can you see our theme?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had to bring it, didn't we? But yeah, he's absolutely amazing. Hopefully, while I'm at work and Becky's on a little lonesome, it just
We should have done it sooner, but we feel like it all ties in. Like he was born on the 27th of April, the 27th of August was when we met, so it's like the 27th is a big.
This came.
Is a big number. Is it 27th or 23rd? I might be wrong now, but. Either way, like it all just feels like he was meant to be. We were meant to have him.
He's absolutely awesome. So yeah, if this video is an absolute disaster and you can hear scratching and then I jump up to go and
there he is.
Oh,
he's going behind you. It's the only thing that we need to teach him. So thankfully he was litter trained. The lady who had him litter trained him with the whole litter of kittens, which was fantastic because he was amazing straight away. Used it straight away. We were so proud of him. No.
There you go. He's already started.
However, the only thing we haven't trained him at is the scratch and post. So that's what I've been trying to do. I've been doing it via play. We're going to go and buy some catnip spray. He's here. He's going to see us.
He's having a good old wander.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I can just see it while we're like recording. He's just going to pull everything down. But yeah, he's absolutely amazing. You know, we do love him. It's going to be great having him around. I know there's a lot of cat lovers in the server as well. So we can't wait to share some little pictures and videos as time goes by.
So we'll give the video a little bit of time, and then we'll put an official little family portrait, our first family picture.
But yeah, that's Bucky, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, onto the reason people actually, you know, come here for. Although we do love cats, everyone's here for the games, aren't they? So without further ado, let's get onto my list. So we've got a jam-packed one, ladies and gentlemen, so we're just going to crack straight on, I think. I know we usually have a bit of a waffle at the start, but with the World Cup kind of being a big part of the monthly Platinum collection, it's going to be jam-packed, isn't it?
And we've already had a waffle about Bucky.
About Bucky, yeah, so we're just going to move straight on. So my list and Becky's list, as we always do. We are now at 700 on the trophy level, 17,661 total trophies, 460 platinums, 3,133 gold, 3,944 silver, and 10,124 bronze. 535 games played, with 434 of those completed to 100%. So
I really like those numbers, sorry. 535, 434.
It's landed pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got 94.96% completion with 970 unearned trophies. So although I've lost my 95% completion, it is still going in the right direction. So we started some new games, which are soon to be finished. And yeah, I do feel like I'm getting to grips with a bit of my backlog while starting new stuff and then picking something else up. We're getting there, I'm sure we will. 5.53 trophies per day, and then we've got 6,369 views. We just need a few more. There's a badge for 10,000, so...
Ooh, badge friend!
Oh, badge friend! I'd love it if you all just go and view it a few times. I need this badge.
Amy, talking to you. Amy loves clicking.
Does she?
And she watches YouTube videos over and over and over of you roasting James.
Get those views up. World rank, country rank, we don't care about too much anymore, but it's going down as expected. So we'll move straight down. The last monthly review, as we mentioned, we've got a little bit of a habit of them coming out late, but there's been reasons why. I am going to kind of overlap it, so I'm going to talk about what I've done from July the 11th up until today, just to get a little bit more out there of what to talk to. And in all fairness,
because his monthly review is shocking.
No, it's pretty good. It's all right. It's not as good as most of you guys, but a lot of the games that kind of been played through July anyway, I've either just finished them off in August or
just missed that cut-off.
Just missed the cut-off. One of them, Formula One, which we'll talk about. I should have had it in July, but it kind of glitched out a bit, and then I got it. But we'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, I'm just going to mention them because I'm still grinding the same game out anyway.
A good grind.
I do love a good grind, a good peggle. You know, we absolutely.
Bit in your endo.
Absolutely. So we'll start with Sackboy, which was from the 19th of July when we last had a trophy. We did talk about it briefly last month. Again, we're playing with the amazing James and Amy. We're having a lot of fun with it, aren't we? It's really, really good. I can't wait to play a bit more of it.
Yeah.
I know some of you have played this game on your own or with only two, but
it's so funny playing it with the four of us.
It's a bit chaotic.
Yeah, well, you two just don't listen. And then they go in the wrong direction. Jeff and James go in the wrong direction, and me and Amy are like, there's a collectible here. Yeah. Come back. And then we haven't 100% of the level, and I'm like twitching, like, oh, I miss collectibles.
So what about when we're doing the knitted trials and you and Amy have a huge skill issue?
Oh, the fact that James turns around and goes, you just die. You just die.
Do you know how frustrating that is for me and James?
Do you remember one of the knitted trials where I was the one out ahead, and because they were so far behind, it killed me. And I was the one that nearly got it first go. Do you know how many times it took them? Ended up being about five attempts.
Is that right?
And I nearly finished it on the first go, but these guys...
that sounds like a load of baloney to me. Anyway.
Baloney?
Great game. Can't wait to play some more of it, finish it off, and also play more games because, yeah, we have a good laugh in the party chat, don't we? And then on to the next game, Fantasy Strike, which up until Rob told me about it, invite bud, I didn't know anything about it. I was simply looking for some rarer titles to put in my trophy cabinet because I was kind of sick of just seeing a lot of FIFA, and specifically FIFA 20, which had been my rarest pretty much since I earned it, in all fairness. Although it's come down in rarity a bit over the years, which is always nice. It's never been beaten by anything, so I had to do something. Rob suggested Fantasy Strike. As you all know, I'm absolutely rubbish at fighting games.
Get a shoe.
You're not wrong though on this. I'll accept it on this one. All I do is I just load a button bashing. That's why I'll only play Tekken. I'll be Eddie, and I know I can win just by button bashing. But it was actually pretty good. It's a typical Street Fighter Tekken type fighting game. Something I'm not very good at, but it can be boosted. There's still a fair challenge involved, even with the exploit. So there's still some things you have to do on your own. But without the boost, I would say it was a 10 out of 10. Not necessarily just because I'm absolutely horrendous at fighting games, but I genuinely believe because of the gauntlet, which I'm about to tell you about, I think it would be a 10 out of 10. But it's a 4 because of the exploit. But ultimately, there are a couple of stages. I can't remember the number now. Is it like 20, 35... and 50, but there's also one where you've got to run 10 enemies, but they're all like boss type enemies. And ultimately what you've got to do is just beat one after another. And kind of the idea is, if you are close to dying, so you've got so many like segments of health, if you've got like 2 or 3 bars dying, I generally don't recommend waiting until you've got 1, because you could quickly get killed off a combo. Once you've got 2 or 3 bars of health, you can accept an invite from a friend. You can almost join in their lobby, which you leave, and it puts you straight back into the fight that you're on. You can give it an
stage.
So if you were at fight 8 and you were going to die, you leave from a friend's invite, go back in, and you can kind of give it another go. So that's how we kind of done it. So a massive shout out to Rob. Obviously, he's spent a lot of time just chilling and letting me.
And still absolutely smashed his own games for the challenge.
He takes a week off to do Final Fantasy and somehow smashes the points. He just relaxes, puts his feet up and lets me boost games. Still qualifies.
Invites buds.
Invites buds?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I'm going with
Spuds.
it. Buds. Invites. Buds. There's a space.
Anyway, that I don't think we'll ever unhear that term. Like, we can't sleep at night. We're just like invite bud, invite bud. But so many times, because some of the fights were quite difficult. You die in sometimes 5 to 10 times per fight, and it could literally be at the start of the fight, big combo from the enemy, pause it real quick, invite bud. So he invites you, you join, you leave, you go back into the fight, you get smashed in again, invite bud, and it become quite funny in the end.
And poor Dragon was there in the party chat and was trying to talk to you and Rob, and you're just going, invite bud, invite bud, and Dragon's like, what's going on?
So it kind of been fun for Dragon, just listening to me say invite bud over and over. But we got there, and we got our rarest platinum ever. Cheesed a little bit, but I'm going to take it. And we've put plans in place to look at Absolver as well, which would just to say beat Fantasy Strike at 0.65 it is as of recording this. So that would be nice to add to the list. Like I say, a bit of variation. Next game, nice and easy, Fast and Furious Spy Racers Rise of Shifter, bit of a mouthful. As you guys know, I love racing games. Formula 1, which we'll get to in a moment, was annoying me a little bit. The online was getting so grindy, and I was getting annoyed. But I wanted to play a driving game, just not that one. And I've seen a few people doing this. It was very basic. I mean,
even I could do it apparently. I'm rubbish at driving games.
It needs to be called Slow and Steady. Slow and Steady, Spy Racers of Slowness, or some, I don't know, that was terrible. However...
You stood on my foot.
You okay, hon?
Yeah.
You've just been telling us how you're alright now.
But it's still scary.
I know.
I walk like Bambi on ice.
Like a zombie. But it was okay. Very kind of a kiddie kind of watered down car game, really. But it was okay for what it was. But you can literally drive the entire tracks without taking your foot off the accelerator. As soon as that happens in a game, you know this is my foot, the finger. But you don't have to brake. There's a couple of basic power ups like paintballs and something else. But it was okay. Ultimate Alliance still creeping in. We're not going to talk too much about that. Paul was over a few weeks ago.
He'll be coming on the weekend, so we can have some more time.
Yeah, so he was over on the 25th of July when we popped a trophy for doing Act 2. I think on the last monthly review we'd just done Act 1. So we've done Act 2 now. Hopefully we can, when he comes over this weekend, we can bash out Act 3 and then focus on all the other stuff, because there's a few grindy trophies, pairing up every combination of 24 heroes' powers. So there's 24 heroes, and then every hero has to do a special attack with every hero.
Yeah.
How many combinations is that? I don't know.
24 times 24?
It's
No,
not-
24 times 23?
I don't know. Is that what it is? Because then every character, I don't know.
Because one
I'm
person has to do it with 23 other people, and there's 24 people.
Yeah, and then they all have to do. That's how many times are we doing it though?
A lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. So, and it's just I can't remember.
Maths!
Yeah, maths blow my mind. But yeah, so there's a lot of grind. There's a couple of other little miscellaneous ones in some of the objectives where I think you've got to do a level without touching any of the mines and a few little stuff. But yeah, we'll get there. Lake.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. Should we just skip it?
Yeah.
No,
I'll talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it, but I need to explain why I've left it.
It's a really lovely game, though.
It
That's
is.
the problem. That's why we don't want to talk about it, because we love the game.
Yeah. So let me explain why it's sat at 36%. So we made the decision to both play, a bit like we did with Chia. We were looking at a single player game we could both just kind of play through at the same time and have something to talk about afterwards. We decided with Lake, this was at a point where you didn't have your PS5 yet, did you?
No,
So you'd already started on PS4
yes,
and popped a trophy, but when we made the decision to play together, you were just going to start again.
Yeah.
So, but I downloaded the PS5 version. Now, I believe it's been fixed now. But I'd got like a couple of days in, realised no trophies had
And
popped.
obviously, you get a trophy on the first day.
Yeah, and I wasn't really aware of that at the time. So I've played like a day or two, no trophies. I'm thinking, what's going on?
And you started it again on PS5. Still not
Started
again.
it again, went straight to the church where I know you can get like an immediate quick trophy.
Yeah,
nothing. And so I went into the trophy menu on the PS5, and the game just didn't even appear. So
Yes.
you guys know when you boot up a game, as soon as you hit the developer's kind of intro and stuff, if you were to back out that game to hit your profile 0%, it just wasn't appearing, almost like the trophy support was just broken.
Wasn't recognising the game at all.
Yeah, so I thought, you know what, we'll just play the PS4 game. The graphics, it's for the type of game it is, they're not going to be too dissimilar. I'm sure Lake's not full of haptic feedback and all of the good stuff that the DualSense would offer. Let's just experience it. Which the trophy started working, as you can see, but then we got to the Shutterbug trophy.
Yeah, so is it day 4? It's like September the 9th, I think.
Yeah,
so it's like day 4. No, is it day 6? It might be day 6.
No, I think I feel like it's less than that. It's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Someone gives you the camera.
You get the camera from the shop.
Yeah.
And literally, like, so I was really excited because you've got to, spoiler alert, you've got to take 12 pictures.
And it could be any pictures, it's not like...
So you literally just take any 12 pictures. So I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go. Because I'm into photography anyway, so I was like, oh, Lake is beautiful. So to have to take these pictures, and you have to have 12 pictures done by, I think it's the 12th of September in the missions.
I think it's the 10th, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere along those. You have to have the pictures taken, 12 pictures. So I thought, I'll get one straight away and just have a look what it's like. Loaded up the camera, took a picture, worked, took the picture. I was like, fab. Oh, I'm not going to take any more pictures now. Backed out of it, crashed. And every single time you boot up the camera, crash.
Yeah.
And then you were like,
so
right,
I tried
let me
it.
catch up
And
to you.
do you know what's horrible? She celebrated when it happened to me. So no, she doesn't
I
want me
didn't want him
to.
a platinum
She
if
can't.
I
So I was like, I'll see what happens, babe, when I catch up to that bit. Took a picture. It come up, application closed. She was like, yeah! I was like, are you joking?
Scored the winner for England. Yeah!
So yeah, she's absolutely brutal, which you already knew anyway. But yeah, so
You won't get it without me.
although we've put it aside, I think what we've basically said we're going to do is we are going to just crack on and play it.
Make a manual save
just make
of the day before.
Make a manual save just before you meant to hand the camera in, and just get all the other trophies. Go back to it when it's fixed.
But it's going to be a twitchy of...
It's going to win. Yeah. But the worst part about it is they had an issue with this a year ago.
Yeah.
They fixed it, And then they've recently gone in and added Hungarian, damn Hungarians.
And something else, there was
There
another
was a
bit
couple of
as well.
there was like a few languages.
And there was something else as well, a patch of some description.
Very basic though,
Yeah.
but they've then broken
And
this
it's
again.
broken this for us. But we've seen other people getting it, so it's been stressing us out because other people are getting it. And we're like, oh, I want to get it.
Yeah.
It was meant to be one of mine leading up to my 20th plat, which obviously we'll see hasn't been the case anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll get it done. It's a great game. Bit of a shame. Just like Death Stranding, isn't it, Blake? Absolutely not. No, it's not. You wouldn't know anyway. You need to play it. So F123. So I didn't expect to actually end up doing this, and that's why we'd done slow and the steady spy races. But it just started coming together. I went into the online, and I got very, very fortunate with the group that I was placed into. The kind of score.
When he says he got fortunate, he was quite clever about it when he joined the groups.
So something that's worked for me I'm not saying this is every time.
Ew, every time. Ew, we're going the opposite way now, are we?
I'm not saying this is going to work every time, but it did for me. So what I'd noticed is, so for those of you who don't know, the divisions in Formula 1, they run from 11 o'clock on a Monday all the way through to the same time the following week. But you kind of, from Monday at 11, you got the tryharders, the sweat, like Leon, pure tryharders.
Seg went straight in.
Yeah, so like Seg. So yes, me and Seg have been talking a little bit about Formula 1, and he's a perfect example. Great at the game, but he was jumping in as soon as it would start.
So his was an absolute grind.
So he was getting people who were also at his level, who were also joining it straight away, thinking, I'll get ahead of the curve, get loads of points down, but you were getting put with people who were just absolute beasts. What seemed to work for me was I was joining
Wednesday.
No, late. I was doing this when I got to Elite, Saturday afternoon.
Saturday, yeah.
So I would join on a Saturday afternoon, and it was almost pairing me up with everyone else who had either a similar idea or just casual players who maybe only got a chance to play that weekend.
Yeah.
And the points or the score requirement to get promoted were quite low. Don't get me wrong, I had to play all weekend.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
But instead, I didn't have to play it all week. So I just played all weekend. Yeah, me shouting. Yeah, because people are so toxic online.
It's not even just that. We were meant to be tidying up our flat, ready for James and Amy coming.
The iPhone
hobbling around on one leg, trying to get it all nice for them coming, because we did a full clear out. We dug out the whole flat, didn't we, basically? And we had so much rubbish and all the stuff to throw away. And he sat there, and I'm sat there you all know I'm an absolute drama queen. Everyone is clearly aware of that now. Absolute drama queen, cry at the drop of a hat. I'm sat there on the sofa going, you need to stop playing games because we need to tidy up.
And I was just like, la 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 la, F1 Platinum.
But we digress, sorry.
But yeah, overall, brilliant game. Love F1, as you guys know. Another one, ticked off. I did have one final issue before we move on to the next game with not a skill issue at all, the Media Darling Trophy, which was very, very annoying. So for those of you who haven't played it, and also for those of you who are and are struggling, there's a trophy within the Breaking Point career mode, which is effectively like the journey in FIFA, for those of you who know what that is and haven't played F1. You have two requirements throughout the season. You've got performance and you've got media. Performance comes quite naturally, because if you just put it on easy and smash all the races, you hit max level anyway.
Early, yeah.
Media Darling, although you can get some stuff done within races, a lot of it comes from speaking to Natalie Pinkham at the end of the race, when she gives you the questions and you've got 4 choices and you can answer whatever. There doesn't seem to be a plan to it. I tried to be nice on one playthrough. Yeah. I tried to be exciting and what the media would have wanted on another. And both of them, when the campaign finished, I'd hit max rank. Now, this is where the glitch comes in, because once you hit max rank, you actually need to earn 1 more point.
Still need to have another race.
For it to kick in almost.
To say, oh yeah, you did actually get that, yeah.
Yeah, so if you race at Abu Dhabi and then hit level 10 and you come up with the final screen which says finish the season, no trophy, you need to get level 10 before that race. Now, yeah, so I did it a second time, hit level 10, didn't happen. I was like, this is so annoying.
And it was how long did it take to do that?
It takes a bit. It's probably between, rushing through maybe 4 to 6 hours or something, just putting the phone down on your team principal and your family all the time, because you get a phone call after the race. It's like, how are you doing? How's the race? And you're like, decline. So yeah, skip the cutscenes, hang up on everyone, still 4 to 6 hours. And then I spoke to Seg again, and what Seg had told me is when you answer the media's questions, you can see in the corner if it gives you like an up arrow, a down arrow, you get a double arrow or a triple arrow, and the same for a negative as well. He basically said to me, if you're not answering them in the right way, close the application, load the game back up. You don't have to do the race or that chapter. It literally puts you back in at the press conference, and you can just go with another set of choices.
And then you literally just figured out which choice made the most positive.
The biggest difference, yeah. So within one interview, I sometimes had to close the application about 5 times in order to get the right combination. And I ended up getting it a couple of chapters before the end, and it made it absolutely worth it. All those closing of the applications, and bearing in mind with the PS5 SSD, it's so quick getting straight back in. It wasn't a problem.
And then I had to go on Hoover.
Yeah, and then I had to tidy up. So I was like, oh, platinum finally. Now we could. But no, to be fair, I got the platinum while James was here. It was the Elite Division I'd done beforehand. Sorry, yeah. James was present. He got to witness the magic.
Oh yes, he was very excited.
Yeah, he got to see all the setup in person of the platinum post. But yeah, so glad to have another one. It was 1.27 when I'd earned it, making its way into my trophy cabinet, which you'll see on the right. It's unfortunately been earned by a few more players since, so it is going to keep going up. Unfortunately, it's on the verge of slipping away, because if I remember rightly, FIFA 18, which was the one it knocked off, is 1.56. So yeah, it might disappear, but it's going to stay ultra rare because it's not easy. So then we've got Rob's rubbish at driving games, retro pixel races, and has a skill issue. That's a long title, that one, isn't it? So why did I play Rob is rubbish at... No, I'm not going to say all that again. But yeah, retro pixel races, something that the legend Rob had played for the competition. A nice 3 out of 10 game, which the guide said would take like 45 minutes. Rob took 10 hours. Because of a skill issue. And just in case I didn't make that clear, it was a big skill issue,
I feel like, can we have like, skill issue on the screen right now?
Yeah, here it is.
Make it.
So putting the skill issue aside, no, he basically messaged me. He knows I'm a big fan of racing games, and he wanted me to play it myself just to kind of confirm or, put in stone that he does have a skill issue. So I give it a go, 44 minutes, 5 seconds, piece of cake. I don't know what the problem was.
Smash now, right, Alex?
The thing is, I didn't say it in the Discord because people were like, he's making excuses. I was hungover. Becky was talking to me. James and Amy were getting dressed, wondering how they were going to get to the train station. I was just, I had my feet up. I wasn't even looking for part of it.
Wondering how they're going to get to the train station. Oh, yeah. No, the 4th of August. When did they go on?
That was the day, wasn't
it?
Yeah. So I was just playing it while there was a house full. I had my feet up. I couldn't really see because I was still drunk. So yeah, drunk driving. And yeah, piece of cake. Anyway, that's you. We only had one game in the end because it was hard to fit in everything we had planned over those days.
Yeah.
We had one game. I got a little trophy for reaching a...
James and Amy loved it.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with it. As always, it's always good fun drawing, willies on...
Phallic-shaped objects.
Yeah, on people's faces. So yeah, I got a quick trophy on it. Still a million mile away from the platinum. I haven't even got the trophy for playing 15 games, let alone 30. You're
further in front of me.
But yeah, we had a bit of fun. Final Fantasy 16, which I won't say too much on because I want to talk about this more once I've got the platinum.
Yeah.
And we're going to end up talking for about 3 weeks with Rob.
Yeah.
So all I will say is it's one of the best games I've ever made. It really, really is. I still need to obviously there's 2 more trophies left, unlocking rather, all of the abilities and finishing it on Final Fantasy mode.
Yeah.
And I need to experience the end again, so I don't know if I just haven't understood it, but I was a little bit like, I don't know how I felt about it. The rest of the game was mind-blowing. It literally touched me in places that video games shouldn't. It was just the battles and the music and it was just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. But yeah, such a good game, and I'll try and take it in again. I think I might have just been that excited by it all. I wasn't really processing it properly, but maybe they might look at DLC and that might. I don't want to say too much, but maybe they might bring in DLC and that might add a bit more to what happened. But yeah, Doom Eternal. I'd already got the Platinum last month, but I've jumped back in to finish off the Ancient Gods DLC and the Horde mode, which we're not a million mile away from. We should have that done soon. And then finishing my list off with a little bit of Bus Simulator, which again I mentioned last month as being fixed now. You guys know I had those issues with the trophies being very bugged, and the trophy support only worked for 30 minutes from booting the game up, and then it, I don't know, it did something and wouldn't work. So yeah, it's all working. Trophies are popping as they should. We're not a million mile away from it. The rarity, again, it's kind of on the rise. People are starting to earn it as expected since the trophies are now, working properly. But it's still 0.77, which is still going to be a nice one to have. It might be 1% by the time I get it, but that's still going to make its way into my trophy cabinet. And I've had a lot of fun with it. I really, really have. Like, I genuinely didn't think that I would, but there's something quite relaxing and therapeutic.
Apart from when the crazy people, when you've sat, so I've watched this happen as well.
Yeah.
I've sat at a zebra crossing, waiting, so a couple of people walk past, but there's still like 4 or 5 on the path. So he's like, well, I've waited here for quite a while. So then he starts moving, and then someone walks in the back of his bus, and he gets penalised for it, and you have to pay a fine because they walked into the back of the bus. And he's like, no! What are you doing? Why are you stupid?
Yeah, but it is realistic though, because we had that yesterday, didn't we, where someone was just walking in the middle of the road. So
That was today.
That
was this morning.
All the days are blending together. Yeah, it's just walking in the middle of the road, and then wanted us to drive on the opposite side of the road.
Bearing in mind the path was like double the size of a normal path that she had to walk on.
Crazy. So yeah, Bus Simulator is realistic. People do just walk out on the road and walk into buses. But yeah, that's my list. Hopefully next month. Well, I say next month, a couple of weeks. Hopefully. It might not come out on the 1st again, because we'll finish off the challenge and we'll have to get it.
But it won't come out this late.
But it won't be with this late. It's just with having James and Amy up and then having to recharge and then seeking out little Bucky over here. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, hasn't it? But yeah, hopefully we've got more to talk about next month. So let's move over to Becky's list.
Right, so here we are. My profile now. It's actually got quite a bit more to talk about, which is really nice. So I'm at level 241 on my trophy level now. Got 977 trophies, nearing that 1,000 mark.
Cheeky milestone incoming.
Yeah, 21 platinums now, and I was at 16. I might have been a bit lower than that actually. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So I've got a few now. 138 gold, 183 silver, and 635 bronze.
Very, very nice.
43 games played. I've completed 19. We're at a nice 61.38% completion, which has definitely gone up from the last time.
Yeah.
596 unearned trophies. I'm at 3.37 trophies a day, and a cute little 165 views.
I like it. They're going up.
Yeah, getting there. So.
And you're going up in the world and in the UK. Look at all these great. I wish mine was green like that. Let's have a look, because you've got a lot in, because someone has been drafted back into the challenge, so you've had to blast out a few games, haven't you? So you've got quite a bit to talk about. So let's bring this down. Did we even include Mayo last time?
No, because it wasn't.
There you go.
This is July now.
I know. I just went back to.
We had to do July's. I feel like because it's so late, I don't even know which one we're doing.
Well,
anymore.
when we'd done mine last time, I did talk about it all the way through.
Yeah, and I said I didn't want to talk about it. Yeah. So we started July off with the My Name Is Mayo trilogy, because
Why not?
We were informed, myself and Amy were informed that it was a rite of passage, although James disagreed and was not happy that Amy was doing it. But actually, me, Amy and Aaron all did the third one at the same time. I think Aaron did it first, and he was most of the way through. I started it and then Amy started it. There's nothing to say about it.
It's amazing. Absolute masterpiece. I don't know what you mean. There's nothing to say about it. Tell me about the tragic origin of the mayo jar. About how it
all of its different costumes.
How it lost its family in an accident. And it came back as strong as ever.
I feel like it had to happen. And it boosted up my platinum stuff. No complaining.
Yeah, it's not a trophy list without them.
Yeah. So obviously we've spoken about Lake, so I'm not going to touch on it. Hogwarts Legacy, I've been dipping in and out of it. I want to enjoy it, and obviously everyone knows that my brain has not been functioning at correct capacity a lot lately, and I don't want to play it and not enjoy it, because it's too...
It's a big game when your mind's not in the right place.
Yeah, and I want to do it justice, and I feel like I'm not going to do it justice if I play it in the state that
without
I was
really
in.
Thinking,
but thankfully, I feel like I'm on the mend a lot more now. I feel like my brain's getting a bit better, so hopefully I can get back into it soon. Astro's Playroom. Ignore how long it took me to complete this. Again, the whole issue of my not being in the right headspace, and I was getting really stressed at it. The only trophy that I've got left is the speed runs. And I will definitely obviously be getting that done. And I did really enjoy it, and you have to play it, don't you? All the nostalgia of it all is amazing.
Your PS5 explodes if you don't have the Astros Playroom Platinum.
Slide, much to again, James's dismay.
5 seconds.
Someone made me do it. And I was sat there going, I don't understand what I'm meant to be doing.
What's
happening?
It's frightening though, right? Because Slide being as old as it is, most people have done it on the PS4. Yeah. I've never seen someone play it on the PS5. And because the game is, the PS5 is so quick at processing, no trophies popped up in the corner. Because you don't remember me saying to you what's happened?
One trophy. No, one popped, and then it was the...
I don't even think the Platinum did. I think just one trophy, which would have been the first one you'd normally get. And then nothing happened. Yeah. I was like, what? And then it had them all. I've known that happen with some games, but usually a couple might pop and then you'll get the Platinum and it'll miss out loads in between. But it was 5 seconds. Mine was 40 odd seconds because I did it on PS4.
Yeah, and then we were discussing how we thought that I would be in like the fastest achievers. Nah, 1 second.
1 second? How is that even possible? But yeah, Slide, masterpiece.
Perfect angle. I'm not enjoying it, to be honest. You thought I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just, I love puzzles. I really, really do love puzzles. The problem I have with the game is there's no indication of what you're looking for, so you're like blindly turning, and it's like, unless you really understand what it is you're going to do, like, you have to use a guide, and
I agree.
I'm not enjoying it, to be honest, but...
The first few puzzles are pretty good. It is just a case of turning the camera until it makes the shape you're looking for. But when you get further in, you're now having to use like missiles to knock down boards. And you're in a position where how do you know which ones to knock down?
And there's like multiple pieces, but actually you only need these 2 pieces, and to turn them in that one, and ignore the rest of them, and you're like,
disappear after it. It is a bit weird.
And I'm not a fan. I don't want it on my profile anymore, but obviously I don't have a choice. So...
It's just going to be a case of quickly finishing it when you can.
I didn't realise there was that many levels either. I was like, oh look, because I'd found a walkthrough where it had 4 videos, and it was the first one was like 1 to 10, blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, I'm done. I was like, why, where's the platinum? I was like, how many levels is in this? Too many. So I'm just gonna eventually just get it done, so it's done. It's like everybody's got the rapture.
Yeah,
it's that all over again. I absolutely hate it. Sackboy, A Big Adventure now. I love Little Big Planet, so I've been really enjoying playing this. It's been really lovely, especially playing with James and Amy. It's been nice having that co-op between the 4 of us, and it definitely, because I'd started it, and unfortunately I'd started it on the PS4, so I actually have it further down as well as PS4, so once the four of us finish it, we're going to go back together, aren't we? And blast my PS4
We'll do another stack of it, yeah. 'Cause it's enjoyable enough, yeah.
I was just like, we didn't even think, did we? And I was like, oh, I'll download the PS5 one now since I'm on PS5. And we started playing, and you were like, oh no, I remember why. And I was like, oh man.
Never mind, just an excuse to play it again.
Yeah. Spirit of the North, beautiful game. It is a really beautiful game. It's cute. It is really lovely. I didn't follow a guide to begin with because I wanted to just enjoy it. It was such a lovely game. It was actually one of the ones that I was going to play for the challenge if I'd have been in from the beginning. So I would have probably just followed a guide then. But since I wasn't in the challenge, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just take it all in. I'm gonna enjoy it. And unfortunately, because I didn't follow the guide, I've then missed some things that I've gone back to do. But then, just a pre-warning for anyone, there's a certain trophy where I believe you've got to go through the chapters, whereas I did the chapter, lit up the drawings, left, went into the next chapter because I thought it would have counted it, but I believe you've got to continue it. So I'd actually spoken to Rob, because Rob's the one that suggested it to me, and he'd said that had happened to him because he died in between.
Okay.
So I feel like it has to be a full run from chapters 4, 5 and 6 to collect them all. So now I'm going to have to go back in and do that again. So it is something I'm going to come back to. I was just getting annoyed at it, and I didn't want to be annoyed at it because it's such a nice game. I didn't want to not enjoy it again with the others. Tales from the Borderlands, again, another game like Hogwarts where I really want to get into it, but my brain wasn't really letting me at the time.
Just not taking it in, yeah.
And I don't want to not enjoy that again. Like, you were really excited, and then we've spoken about with James and Amy potentially playing it, actual game.
Borderlands 3, yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to enjoy it and understand it all, and I feel like that's not going to be possible if with how I was feeling at the time. That is my July, to be fair. I feel like I might save the rest of it
for next time,
because that's my challenge games.
Oh, challenge games! You didn't see the challenge games. No one's seen the challenge games. I mean, if you're happy, I know I spoke a little bit about what had happened in August, but to be fair, there were games that, other than the retro pixel races, the one that Rob's got a huge skill issue with. Other than that, they were all games carried forward. So yeah, we can certainly leave it there if you're happy with that. We can talk about the other stuff once the challenge ends, can't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Becky's list. I think it's about time that we move over to the monthly Platinum Collection. Here we go then, to the monthly Platinum Collection, and I'm so glad we're starting with Rob. While I've still got my voice left, we can go through Rob's story and his essay about Final Fantasy 16. I cannot wait. So, hello there. Hope everyone's had a fantastic July and all the best for August. We have had our first ever server tournament, and if I don't say so myself, it's been a massive success so far. I loved how involved everyone has got into it. I had a pretty decent month with 21 plats, just a casual 21. This month taking me up to 78 plats for the year. So far beating my goal for the year that I'd set myself. Absolute machine. However, it is always a 3 out of 10 that Rob plays. You can't do anything more than that, and often there'll be a skill issue with them, but
Poor Rob.
Poor Rob. I love him really. I love you really, dude. So here we go. Being excited for this. Final Fantasy 16, only my second Final Fantasy game so far. I have plenty more planned out for the years to come. So I am by no means a fanboy, so what I have to say about this game comes from my experience and how good of a game it is, and not just nostalgia or fanboying. I pre-ordered the game after enjoying FF7 Remake so much, and seeing the trailer as well as the setting of being in medieval times really sold it for me, so played it on release. Now at the start of the year I had in my head my game of the year would more than likely be between Like a Dragon Ishin, Jedi Survivor or Spider-Man 2, and I wanted to sit down and have a serious think when the year is at an end, but I never expected this game to be in that conversation. But good golly, Miss Molly.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Molly.
Good golly, Miss Molly, was I wrong? This game blew me away. The boss spectacles are the best I've ever seen in a video game by a mile. Everyone kept topping the other. I was left speechless every time. The characters were brilliant. Clive as the main protagonist was brilliant, and you could really tell that the voice actor Ben Starr was a real FF fan, how passionate he was and how he portrayed the character. Sid is a brilliant side character, and the chemistry between him and Clive is wonderful to watch. The story was just brilliant, and implementing the summons into the story in such a big way was a brilliant aspect. The combat is so fluid, like a cross with God of War and Devil May Cry. It never got boring and really evolved as you level up. The whole world was deep and interesting, and the side quests really implemented well with the main story. It's a must-play game of a generation, I would say, and I could recommend high enough that people play this game. It's made me super excited to play more in the series. Unbelievable, absolutely love that. And yeah, just listen to what Rob's saying. You know, I know he has a skill issue, but he knows what he's talking about with Final Fantasy. So TMNT Cowabunga.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Isn't that how it
He
goes?
was in a half shell. Turtle power.
Cowabunga Collection, PS4, cool arcade game, easy. Plat, Town of Light, psychological story based on true events, set in Italy. Very hard story to witness, but it should be. Can't believe stuff like that happened. Wow. Aaliyah, sci-fi exploration game, was a bit boring and didn't make sense in parts. Wouldn't recommend it. LA Cops PS4, similar to how Hotline Miami is. Wanted to try it. Seeing it was an easier version, I'm all about it being easy.
You have just said that.
Literally just called it. Like I say, if it's over 3 out of 10, he doesn't want to know. It was okay, I can see others enjoying it, but this genre isn't for me, but glad I tried it. Wukong PS4, cheap man's Crash rip-off platformer, nothing to write home about. I and Me PS4, cute little twin cat puzzle game made by Ratalaika Games. I enjoyed it. Endling, free on PS Plus, short plat and really cute game, very realistic on the story, highly recommend to others. Submersed, survival horror exploring an oil rig underwater looking for survivors while being hunted by sharks. Ooh, interesting. Songbird Symphony, had a blast with this game, never expected it to be as good as it was. Loved the music in it and the story is great, highly recommend this indie game. Death Squared, puzzle game, was really funny with the guy and AI story throughout the game, and adored the story. It was difficult in parts, but overall really fun. Butter and Friends Simulator PS4, really crap game. Love my wife for helping me on some of the harder trophies. See, even his wife's helping him. Skill issue. Chicken Police PS4, really fun and funny story. Really enjoyed this. Nice point and click game. Alex Kidd in the Miracle World, fun side scroller. Enjoyed it for the most part and easy plat. See, there's more. He's had to send another message. So long he's run out of characters on Discord. He's on a message too. So Monstrum PS4, roguelike survival horror. You're on a ship being hunted by one of 3 random monsters. Each playthrough changes monsters and location of your spawn and collectibles spawn to escape the ship. I really enjoyed the challenge of this and the game felt fresh even on the 30th playthrough. Highly recommend for horror fans. Solo Islands of the Heart, little exploration game was exploration. I need a drink. Rob, you broke me. Damn. Casebook of Arcady Smith. Fun detective interrogating people while driving around the city looking for clues to solve cases. The minigame trophy takes a bit of practice. Smoot's Summer Games, had a blast with this. Swimming events can be really difficult, but overall had a blast. New Super Lucky's Tale. This is the definition of I love the game but I hate the plat. Reminded me a lot of Spyro. Had a blast until I had to do the no-hit levels and no-hit bosses. No way in hell this is a 3 out of 10. It has put me off platformers for a long time. It's funny, isn't it, all these things I'd said before we even looked at this. He's just kind of confirming the skill issue. Sorry, Rob. Oh, and breathe. Absolver, this had been on mine and Mark's list for a long time and felt really burnt out from the World Cup. Had a blast playing it like I always do when I play with the Welsh legend. Never expected to get it done in the time we did. It's my rarest plat now, made by the same people as Sifu. Highly recommend this game. He's probably not going to want to boost with me now. He's going to be like, no. Shut up, Jeff. I'm not playing with you anymore. Goat Simulator, tried to sneak victory at the end, but Griff was too powerful. More like Leon cheated. That's all 21 now started Yakuza Like a Dragon, which should bring me up to date with mainline Yakuza games, but I won't finish it before end of the month. Thank you all in the community for being so brilliant, and thanks to our lovely boss man Platinum Jangus for bringing us all together and his generosity of sending me the lovely t-shirt, and to Becky also, who has become a cornerstone of this community, and how happy you make the boss man. I absolutely love that, Rob. I take it all back. You can do 10 out of 10s whenever you want in your sleep. There's no skill issues. Oh,
there's a picture of
let's show the world the legend. Look at this. What a guy. Even the hair.
Yeah.
Look at that. Unbelievable. Awesome. Yeah, so I absolutely had to send that down for all the things that Rob does for me. A lot of the stuff you guys don't see, whether it's just, you know, little messages here and there. He keeps me on the straight and narrow. Put it this way, there probably wouldn't be a Discord if it wasn't for Rob, because I'd have kicked everyone. But no, he's a good lad. He keeps me right, and yeah, unbelievable guy. Right.
So we're on to Ice Gordy.
Yes.
So 6 plats for the month. So Diablo 4. The first 100 hours were a lot of fun, but the next 123 hours was a really tedious grind to reach level 100. Played it a lot with friends, which made it a bit less of a slog. Gravity Rush 2, I really enjoyed the main missions, and especially the last few chapters, but a lot of the side missions and some challenges were annoying and boring. Man-Eater, game was more fun than expected, but the DLC was just meh, and the gameplay became stale towards the end. Strayed Light, so that's 2 platinums. Underrated gem, one of the best Souls-likes I played so far, but quite short. You can plat this game in under 5 hours. Combat is more like Sekiro, Thymesia?
Thymesia, I've never.
Dark Souls though.
I've never heard anyone say it out loud, I don't think, but a lot of people seem to say Thymesia.
Yeah. So Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, better than people make it out to be. Yeah, you don't have to have that interconnected level design, but there are still a lot of unique areas, some better, some worse. Souls games are just always a fun experience in my opinion. Don't listen to Shaz. Coming closer to that 100 milestone.
Great month, Ice Gordy, love that. Onyx is a forest dweller.
He hasn't done a big speech for me to read now.
Oh, Onyx, look what you've done. She was looking forward to this. Hello. This month, I've gotten 4 plats. Oxenfree is a fantastic game, creepy and good. It Takes Two. I've played this with the mighty legend Flick, and I've died more times in this game than I should have. All I can say, it holes are very pretty and makes me want to see what is inside of them. Love holes.
I love holes.
I love holes too. Oh, that's fantastic. Paw Patrol 2, words gaga goo goo, and now for more words. It's a much better game than Peppa Pig, that's for sure. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Holy hell, Odyssey is a hard word to spell. Good game. I didn't want to pop this trophy before I did all the DLC, but I counted wrong on one thing and popped it. Good luck to all the trophy hunters and gamers in August. I probably won't get any plats there as I've been too hooked on Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. It's been a traitor. Why is he on Nintendo for? You've changed. Now, a really good month that Onyx. Love to see it, and we always have an absolute joy when Onyx pops up. Oh, perfect timing.
So
look who it is.
So here we are again. This is now my 3rd time posting in the monthly chat. I've well and truly been bitten by the trophy hunting bug, and things can only get
trophy hunting bug?
Stronger from here. I now have 12 shiny platinums, and having smashed the 10 platinum milestone, James kept his promise and brought her very own shiny Nova Pink Jewel Sense, and she loves it.
Very nice.
Anyway, let's get on with my platinums for this month. I managed to get 5, which I'm so pleased with, especially as I'm still very much a newbie. So 8, 9 and 10 is My Name is Mayo. Well, I wasn't going to play these, but Aaron and Becky were playing them at the same time, so I went back on my word and thought I might as well do them for the memes. Hitting a friggin' jar of mayonnaise can only be so fun for a couple of minutes before you end up going insane. The last trophy on BO3, I'd be pulling my hair out. Alas, I've done them and I'm part of the crew. What Remains of Edith Finch. This was a great little game with an amazing storyline, although it was incredibly sad and made me want to cry once I'd completed it. Concrete Genie. I adored this game so much. It It reminded me so much of a Tim Burton movie. The art style was gorgeous, the storyline was amazing, and it made me so emotional. I never thought I would end up crying buckets over a fictional ghost. So glad I managed to platinum this with a little bit of help from James, and at least get some points towards the server challenge. If you haven't played this, it's a must, I agree. No more platinums for me this month as I'm getting ready for a weekend of birthday celebrations. I'm turning 30 on the 1st of August, so now it's past she turned 30. I'm preparing for a few days away with James. Unfortunately, Aaron wasn't able to make it, and we are the other legends.
Couple of legends. Couple of legends. Couple of.
I definitely feel like a part of the server now, and I know I've said many times, but thank you so much to everyone for making me feel so welcome. You love to see it.
Love to see it.
Well done.
Love to hear it.
Well done to everyone on their platinums this month. You were all smashing it.
Love to plat it. Unbelievable month, Amy. Love to see it. Richard Butler, congrats to everyone in a great month. I imagine this will be a long one for most people in the challenge, only 4 for me, although that is more than normal. So we've got Ghost Runner, great game, was on the fence early doors, but popping the first trophy locked me in and I just went for it. Really glad I did, as this was a great little game, challenging but rewarding with an excessive amount of dying. Yeah, it was actually the first one on my list if I was in the tournament. I was doing Ghost Runner and Untitled Goose Games straight away because I felt like they were short enough for decent points. So yeah, I'll probably do it at some point. Crash Bandicoot, rolling back the years, playing this, another challenging but rewarding experience with a lot of dying. Some tricky time trials at the end, but not the worst. Still think Sackboy last challenge was harder than anything here, really.
Interesting.
A few people have mentioned that final knitted trial is pretty tricky, but tricky than Crash? We'll soon find out, won't we? Songbird Symphony, fun little indie with a very forgiving trophy list. The rhythm sections got really hard at the end, but it didn't matter. Well worth a look, and also went towards a few badges I'm looking to get. Ooh, badges. I like badges. Ooh, badges. Red Dead Redemption 2, huge fan of this, and my yearly goal was to get this plat as my 50th, so well ahead of schedule. I only had the gold medals left to do, but loved redoing the missions a few years after I'd done everything else. Highly recommended, and very happy to have this one completed. Great month, Richard Butler. Love that, my friend.
M-Master, Diablo 4, only 1 platinum. Good game with air up in about 6 months and some patches. It would be really nice. First version took me 234 hours. With killing the last boss by myself. Congrats to everyone listening.
Really nice. Master, love that. Oh, and we've got the legendary Wes, who just knocked out a full series within a month because he's that much of a goat. New month, new franchise completed. This time it's Dead Island. God of War is next. That's all, folks. See you next month and have a wonderful day. So yeah, if you remember last month, he'd just done all the Crash games.
Yes.
Just because
I remember.
He's that goated. He can just do it in 1 month. But this month he's gone through and he's done a bit of Dead Island,
wow.
which is really, really nice. Just doing them so quick as well. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Well done, Wes. Very nice month, and I look forward to seeing if you've done all the God of Wars by the end of August. Yeah, I was forgetting what month it was there.
Me too.
Forget me head if it wasn't screwed on. Oh, you get the 2 legends.
So, beaten by his wife, because James only got 2 platinums.
Yeah, he was playing Watch Dogs.
So, first one, The Order 1886. Great game.
Early night. Now playing Watch Dogs.
Great game. I'm still shocked how stunning this game still looks. Stunning, crazy how this was released 8 years ago. Shame we will never get the sequel. Watch Dogs. Oh, I've not gotten sick of hearing about Watch Dogs.
Neither has Amy.
I had to add this to my account after playing it for Team Green years ago. Sorry, Jeff.
I have no idea what that is. I prefer not to speak.
Whoever decided at Ubisoft it would be a good idea to get all the songs from random NPCs for a trophy need to be sacked.
I agree.
I really enjoyed the game again, apart from the last trophy, the things we do for a virtual trophy.
Yep, things we do.
I thought I'd post this early as me and Amy will be going away for a few days next week to celebrate her 30th birthday. Obviously that was last week. Congrats to everyone this month on your amazing platinums. Keep it up.
We are a bit late, aren't we? Yeah, there was plans at one stage as well. We were going to look at doing the monthly all together, a bit like we did the World Cup video, and just everyone was a bit a bit rough, bit tired.
And we'd planned so many things in for the week, it just...
And these monthly reviews, they take a bit of time.
Because we got to do it, and then it gets edited, and then...
That would have took up a big chunk of one day while they were here visiting. It wouldn't have really been fair. So, yeah, we ended up pushing it back, didn't we? So, the Amazing Visey Tour. 3 plats for me this month, plus 1 DLC cleanup. Anthem, this was a great game. Definitely didn't deserve all the hate it got, as it was really fun. The endgame grind for RNG collectibles was a bit of a drag, though. I love that because I'm on Visey's side as well. I loved Anthem, and I feel like it got an absolute battering for absolutely no reason. The combat is so fun, and there's not many games where you can fly around and be Iron Man, and you know, it was good fun. Yeah, I agree with the collectibles. Luckily, there's a bit of an exploit to make them spawn, and we can hear Bucky on the prowl as we're chatting. He's laid in the sun. It's amazing. He's just the sun's come over the marina, and he's laid in a little patch on the carpet where the sun is, and he's just like, oh, it's class. Ghost Runner, this had been on my radar for a while, but being Game Club game this month made me finally get on and do it. Great fun, but super frustrating in some parts. I'll do the DLC at some point too. Sims 3 Pets, classic Sims, lots of fun, but the laggy PS3 gameplay took some getting used to. Worth it for the 20 ultra rare trophies it gives, and of course the hilarity, in particular one very questionable moment where a neighbour sim who wouldn't leave my house was chasing one of my children around the garden in the middle of the night. Is this the same game? Here he comes. Congratulations to everyone on their plats this month, particularly those taking part in the challenge. It's been a roller coaster to watch so far, and I can't wait for the next round. Great little month, Visey, and I really enjoyed reading that. Thank you so much.
On to Rushy Rocker. So we started with Little Nightmares 2, which was backlog. Played this for the challenge as I knew it was a shorter game. The story was good, the visuals were good. Took longer than expected due to my poor skill in platformer areas in the game, but glad it's done. Humanity, backlog. I wanted to play this since it came to Plus, and gotta say I wasn't disappointed. The game is brilliant, the puzzles are challenging but not too difficult, and the fact you're a dog makes it even better. Highly recommend. Love is in a Dangerous Space Time. Played this as part of a server challenge, got to say it was brilliant. The gameplay was good and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. There was a couple of tricky bits but nothing difficult. Who knew flying a spaceship with a dog companion shooting aliens and saving friends would be so fun? Golf with Friends cleanup. Again, released more DLC so cleaned it up back to 100% for now. Stranded Deep, not much to say on this. Just played and joined a server for the recent update so I could get a free ultra rare plat. But it won't be ultra rare for long.
I don't think it is now. I'm
No,
sure I've
really.
seen something where that many people have gone in and got it. That it's that it's...
Right. So Wukong backlog. Finally got to this and not much to say, to be honest. It's basically a poor man's Crash. It's just a very basic platform with some collectibles along the way and a few miscellaneous on certain levels. So I'm just making sure that he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, just as we're chatting away, we'll have to take some pictures and post them in the Discord of where he's at. But yeah, he's literally right here where there's lots of wires and things, and we're just like, don't ruin anything.
Clone Carnage. This game was alright for 20 pence. It was a fairly fun online co-op, but it was just a grind getting to below 100 games, and all the trophies near enough have to be boosted as the online is dead. The collectible people for abduction were a pain in the backside as they randomly spawn on the map, but overall it wasn't a bad little game. And he said gem.
Gem.
Uncharted 1 cleanup, went back to the plat this. My view on Uncharted series still hasn't changed. I'm still personally not a fan and find them boring and put another cleanup down.
Interesting.
Wreckfest, done this for the challenge as I needed a race, so I cleaned the PS5 version up a year or two ago. It's a good game, gets quite repetitive though, and a grind for level 50. Cartor, interesting indie game where you play as a little girl trying to find a nan. You move the pieces of the map to make new routes. Quite a good relaxing game. Mafia backlog, done this for my 200th milestone. The story is fantastic, the gameplay is brilliant, and the attention to detail was insane. The small bits like getting pulled over for a fine due to speeding. This whole game is a masterpiece, and the only one annoying thing I can say is that there's so many collectibles, but definitely a must play. We Were Here. Played for a co-op game for the challenge, and it was actually an alright game. You can get the plat quite quickly, you just need to play each side and do a perfect run on each section. Can't say more unless I spoil the trials. 2 Point Campus backlog. Had this for a while after I'd done 2 Point Hospital last year. Got to say again, this was a lot of fun to do as well. I think it's easier than Hospital in my opinion. I will clean up the DLC once the challenge is done, but I highly recommend both games. They are fun and have a little bit of a challenge to them for the 3-star requirements. Knack 2. Wanted to play this for a while, so picked it up to play as a co-op with Abby. We both really enjoyed it. The gameplay was good. The only thing negative I have to say about this is some of the camera angles are so irritating. Even though I enjoyed the game, I will admit gameplay wise I prefer the first one, but I'm glad they got rid of that stupid RNG element when it comes to the chests.
Yep, agreed.
Huge congrats to everyone this month. Everyone has smashed it. Also want to say a huge thank you to Leon for being a great partner in the challenge and supporting me, and also Jay Ninja for his support and pushing me along the way.
Yeah, absolutely smashed it. Really, really good month. Absolutely love it. So we've been informed of...
Yeah, apparently I need to read this one.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, go
So
for
next.
it. You like reading nexts anyway,
do.
don't you? So we'll let you do that.
So in the words of my iPhone, duck this month. Duck this month right up the peach. And not in the enjoyable way. Very much so in the wrong whole way. I think that might be the bit I needed to read.
We had no context. It was just Amy was like, you should read next.
Duck this month. Duck it right up the peach.
I love that. Really good with words.
Excuse me.
Always making us laugh.
Stranded Deep knew I was in for a shocker of a month, so I started off strong. Stroke the dick.
Struck the what now? Struck the what now, Bucky?
Played this partially in solidarity with the distinct lack of early nights club. And because I just wanted to see Jeff, I told Becky say it with a straight face in the review.
No.
Absolutely not.
That's fantastic. Oh dear. You've broken it. Normally that's what we're going to hear in a sec. You okay, hon? It's normally me.
Sorry. Unpacking. If you can't tell, I've had a rubbish month. The fact that a 2-hour game took me nearly 3 days to finish should say it all. Me being a bit of so-and-so aside though, I love this little game. I'll definitely do the PS4 stack at some point soon. If you haven't played it yet, do. Stroke the dick.
I wish you would play that.
No early nights now.
Yeah, early nights are gone.
Oh.
I have to play Watch Dogs.
Now, congratulations everyone, and I'm very proud of all of you and your staggering months given the challenge. Special shout out to Leon and Rushy Rocker, Rob and Dragon, and most importantly the absolute legend that is Griff for well and truly shocking me with what they are physically capable of. I'm off to get very, very drunk in the sun for 2 weeks and forget this month ever happened. Stroke the dick. What the hell?
Right, have a cat.
Come here, little man.
Have Bucky. There you go. Hey, that was funny. Okay, on to Sturzy. 4 platinums and 1 100% this month. Not had a lot of time to play continuously. Got the PS5 version of Matchpoint done with no problems this time, as last time I had 2 buggy trophies. Stranded Deep, I think we all know what I did there. Garfield Lasagna Party, PS4 and PS5 versions done. Fun mini games to do that take between 1 to 3 minutes each. To do My Daughter Loves the Game. Got Minecraft Set 2 back to 100%. Really nice month, Adam. Love that.
How do you pronounce this?
I'm not sure. So Uncle Raw?
We'll go with that.
We'll go with
4 platinums and 1 DLC clean up for me this month. My recent found enjoyment of Rockstar games continues this month with 3 classics.
Ooh.
Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. I had high expectations going into this, as I'd heard only good things about it growing up. While I did enjoy the experience, I would have preferred if the story had focused more on LS and the gangs within it, rather than what occurs at the end of Act 1 up until the final act. Amazing game nonetheless. L.A. Noire. I absolutely adore this game. The criminal investigation style of it is what lured me in, and I thought the developers did a really good job introducing mechanics that were ahead of its time. The story had me feeling all kinds of emotions, and in particular a key moment in which feels very out of character for the player character, however it felt redeemed at the end of the game. Oh, interesting, because I've started that, and I haven't played it since I was younger, so I don't really remember it.
Yeah, great game. I loved L.A. Noire.
Witcher 3, I could talk about this game for hours and hours on end. Ever since I played it for the first time a few years ago, it's become my go-to summer game that I always play around this time. Amazing game, can't wait to knock out the DLC in the near future and explore
Toussaint,
yes again. Fully, had a blast playing this relic from the PS2 days. Very nice twist on the Rockstar formula. Proper shame we won't see a second game anytime soon. We went for the legendary, 100% Skyrim. Went back for the legendary Dragon Trophy DLC, a level grind that I thought I would hit but turned out to be enjoyable with a podcast in the background. Congratulations to everyone, y'all killed it as per usual. Happy hunting in August.
Really nice, love that. Fantastic. So we've got Exotic Shooter, 9 platinums this month, the most I've ever done in a month, I think. The Jangus Corp and having an amazing teammate has definitely pushed me. Could have done a few more if I didn't waste so much time on one game near the start. So we've got Jack and Daxter, really enjoyed this game and only played it to get points on the board for the cup. This game was very frustrating due to RNG of getting the gems. The fact you can keep getting duplicates is silly. Yeah, I totally agree, it took me ages. Killzone Liberation, not the best of games, but didn't mind playing it. I prefer first-person shooters. Jack X Combat Racing. Decided to play this as I enjoyed the RPG version. It didn't disappoint. Not the best of graphics, but you can't go wrong with a racing game with weapons. Alex Arcade, this definitely isn't my type of game. I try and avoid retro-style games, but thought I would step out of my comfort zone for the tournament. Rock of Ages 3. Surprisingly, I actually enjoyed this game. The cinematic is very cheesy, but the gameplay is something unusual and different to anything else out there. Apart from a few buggy levels, this is enjoyable. Rolling boulders through obstacles. Concrete Genie done. No description. Ghost Runner. Now this game is literally one of my favourite games now. Everything about it just perfect. Playing it for the first hour under normal circumstances, I would have gave up. Couldn't get the hang of it and found it frustrating, but as it was one of the club plats and I didn't want to lose my status, I stuck with it and I'm overjoyed I did. Excuse me, Bucky. Your scratching post is over there. The sofa is not that.
Little bugger.
He's having our eyes out, isn't he?
Yes.
Stuck with it and overjoyed I did. Once you start learning the controls and the way the game is played, it is just a masterpiece all round. Endling frustrated me as I didn't realise one of my cups had died and had to do a second playthrough. Found it very boring second time around.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet, so I don't really know. Massive congratulations everyone. Absolute crazy month. The tournament hasn't disappointed.
Cat Lord, oh look, that's perfect. We've got a kitty.
We are now the Cat Lords too.
So how's the month been, everyone? I kind of feel burned out and I ain't even got it the worst. The amount of games some of you guys are playing. Anyways, let's get into my games in July. Murdered Soul Suspect, so my blind ass can't read and thought I was going to sneak in a few points for the challenge, but alas, it was a 2 out of 10. However, I found this game really fun for what it was. Gameplay wise, it's pretty simple, but it's not the main focus. Anyway, but side note, there's enough collectibles for a constant guide, but doesn't ruin the experience. I predicted who the killer was from the insane asylum, so I felt pretty cool for that. And then at the end of the game, I still got baited because I didn't expect the twist to avoid spoilers. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, no, it actually looks really good. I thought before when I looked at it that it'd be something you'd really enjoy.
Watch Dogs.
More Watch Dogs.
Watch Dog friends. Played the game on Xbox back in pre-trophy hunting days, and it's a guilty pleasure. I really cannot comprehend why I like it as much as I do. The online was dead, but I got really lucky and managed to do it solo. Shout out to the random legend who did all the co-op missions with me in the DLC for 2 hours. Feel like that was a rare sight. James, I'm sorry to tell you this, but only 3 songs are found on the random NPCs. The rest can be in specific buildings with 3 to 4 rotation. Whoever decided that still needs to be sacked though.
Yep, totally agree. And as we're speaking, Bucky's chasing a little fly.
He's chasing a fly.
Yeah, and he's like just doing backflips and stuff.
Vanquish. The movement system in this is... Stop moving.
Yeah, sorry, carry on, take it away.
The movement system in this is damn good. Campaign was pretty easy, even on the hardest difficulty. 112 statues were slightly annoying as I missed 3, and they were all at the end of their respective missions. I did challenge 1 to 5 legit, and they still kicked my ass. Did glitch 6 though, because I couldn't be bothered and needed to clean it up quick for the challenge. And then Endlin, Extinction is Forever. I enjoyed this game. I did follow Optinoob's guide, and Dami comes in clutch once again. The ending though was criminally unnecessary. Just kidding, the ending fits well, but I'm salty and upset. I agree. Sad times.
Say hello to the world. Baba.
Sorry, this has kind of become about the cat half.
It has, and we can only apologise for the, how sporadic
it's got more.
It's all been, but we only got him yesterday, and the last thing we would have wanted to have done is locked him in another room while we recorded. So I'm sure you guys will forgive. You're all cat lovers, so...
Yeah. So, catalogue continues. Alan Wake. I see why a lot of people like this game. Had a lot of fun with the atmosphere, and it was fun to just have a linear experience compared to the open worlds. However, it did not stop the abundance of unnecessary collectibles that appear every 30 seconds. As much as I enjoyed the game, Barry is the best character. Fight me. I have one complaint about Mr. Wake. On Nightmare, this guy has the worst case of asthma I've ever seen in my entire time on this earth. He literally starts panting and wheezing 10 seconds after he starts running. He's obviously never heard of leg day. Shit, my head. Rocket League was literally one trophy cleanup, but I couldn't remove it from the screenshot. Trek to Yomi. I see it as a good game, but I didn't enjoy it. It was a Plat Club game in another server, so not only would I have finished it for the challenge or there for the club, but if they didn't exist, I feel like Safakot would have held me at gunpoint to finish it.
Seems fair.
Chivalry 2 would have had this game done in 2 to 3 days, but the person I boosted it with and myself's time zone and schedules lined up terribly, so it took a while to coordinate. Cheeky ultra rare to add to my beginner collection. And Safakot, just because you got a head start in our little A+ difficulty rivalry, or you could also refer to it as Fix Your Skill Issue Challenge. Doesn't mean I won't be close behind you with some bangers. Have a great August, and I can't wait to see who wins the cup. Group stages are already intense, and A and B in A and B. So I'd love to see how close it gets in the knockout.
It's been very interesting, hasn't it? So we've got Zoltan 4 Platinums this month, Final Fantasy 16. Honestly, a little underwhelmed by this one. I won't go into detail to avoid any spoilers, but this wouldn't crack my top 10 for the series.
Whoa.
What Zoltan? Those are swear words in my house.
Oh my goodness.
Probably held me back a bit from putting up more points in the World Cup too. I would be very interested to know what...
Drop him a DM.
Yeah, maybe don't...
Slide into his DM with your reasoning.
I need to know. But no, I would be very interested to know. Obviously, don't put it in the server as such. We don't want spoilers for everyone. But yeah, I'd be very interested to know your thoughts. Inertial Drift, fun, unique racing game. Would recommend if you're up for a decent challenge. Prodeus, fantastic Doom clone. Absolutely love this one. The Doom Eternal devs could learn a little something from this game. Sometimes less is more. Hot Wheels Unleashed, pretty enjoyable racer. Lots of nostalgia seeing all the different Hot Wheels cars. The grind towards the end was just a bit excessive. Great month. Just a shame about your review for Final Fantasy 16.
Tiden, 10 plats and a DLC cleanup makes this my best month. Persona 5 dancing. Persona games have incredible soundtracks. However, I wish they made a single rhythm game for the series rather than 3 rhythm games that have like 20 songs each. Stray, City of Ember meets 9, but you play as a cat. Does anyone else remember both those movies?
No.
We'll have to do some Googling.
City of Ember meets 9.
Yeah,
we'll have to do a cheeky Google.
Devil May Cry 2. This game just makes me sad. I know everyone and their mother hates it, but I feel like somewhere deep down it had potential. Unfortunately, instead of living up to that potential, we got Infested Chopper.
Infested Chopper?
I feel like somebody must know what that means. Riddled Corpses, X or EX.
Yeah.
A twin stick shooter where you shoot zombies and demons. Extremely simple, not bad, but not a standout. Right, there you go.
See, now we're talking.
Final Fantasy 16. This game. My God, this game. Is it perfect? No. But when it's at its best, it's a 12 out of 10. Don't think I've ever felt so sad to be done with a game. Scroll me.
Fair. Scroll, yeah. I'm too bit like I believe you guys can't see because of where the camera is, but I'm getting the best little kitty snuggles like here, and I'm getting distracted that I'm not bringing the screen down. But Bucky's more important right now. Look at his little face. He's laid like in between my legs on his back, just getting little chin rubs.
Anyway, Tekken 7. Honestly, Tekken's like my least favourite fighting game series, but hey, Noctis can fight Negan in an official crossover, and that's whack. Voice of Cards, The Forsaken Maiden, Dungeons & Dragons, but it's a card game and made by Yoko Taro. Extremely basic gameplay and story, but it has so much charm to it. Tessagard 2, a 2D puzzle platformer. My lack of skill made this a lot more frustrating than it needed to be, and I felt dumb with how many puzzles I was overcomplicating, but fun world and gameplay would still recommend. Dead by Daylight, finished getting the PS4 stack to 100%, went to go back to the PS5 stack, and they launched an update that makes the game auto-pop now. So roughly 130 trophies popped, and now I feel dirty. It was my first auto-pop and I did not consent. We know you're not James, don't worry.
That's fine. Okay. That's absolutely fine. So we got Chaz. Ghost Recon Breakpoint was my first proper platinum video and overall a decent game. Nothing special, but nothing to regret playing. Miles Morales, Plat 200 milestone. Omega Strikers, fastest achiever. Figured out a way to save more time than anyone else had yet. Stranded Deep started this trash last year. Thankfully, trophies can be auto-popped now. The Crew 2, a decent racing game. Can't wait for the Crew Motorfest in September. I absolutely will be playing that. I did say I wasn't going to get any new games, but if there's a car game there, I'm doing it. Sherlock Holmes The Awakened, really great game and one of the most surprising games for me. I didn't expect to enjoy this at all, but it was a really engaging few hours with a solid LA Noire type game. Exoprimal, great game and second achiever. Had a really good time with this game. It's mostly brainless grind for the Plat. High on Life, easily the funniest game I've ever played and don't regret a moment of it. The gameplay is fun too, but the humour is amazing. It's aimed towards a certain type of humour though, so it's best to watch a video before buying. A new horror DLC is coming out for this game soon and I can't wait.
If you like Rick and Morty,
yeah,
that's the humour.
It's that kind of humour, yeah. Well done to everyone on their completions this month. Great little month.
Dragon Dance, 10 plats for this month. Just got my PSVR 1 today and ready for next month. Click it up.
Click it up.
So we started down the bottom right. Is this an order from the bottom? Yep.
Yeah.
So we started on Goat Simulator, Lost Wing, Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, Xenon Valkyrie Plus.
What even is that?
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, WRC6, Endling, Alex Kidd in the Miracle Works DX, Camageddon, Max Damage, and The Order 1886.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be a Dragon Collection without a driving game in there. Love that.
Nice little month for the challenge.
Great little month, dude. Love that. Over to Blaze. I hope everyone had a great month because I did, at least trophy-wise, if not anything else. You probably know the drill by now. I rate from worst to best and give a little description. Death Squared, this was pure, beautiful word. Don't want to get you demonetized yet. Alex the Kid, the same as Death Squared, but this had at least something fun. Untitled Goose Game was frustrating yet goofy. Killzone, Liberation, I don't know how to feel about this game. I guess it was awesome for its time. Minecraft Dungeons, quite alright game except the 50 level grind, but that was rubber bandable. Love that, so rubber bandable. Sounds really cool. Stranded Deep, now this game was something else. Beautiful graphics, awesome story, great characters, and that's all. I definitely didn't just see it on IMDb. Kena, this was very cute in my opinion, and the story was very enjoyable. I love Kena, you definitely need to play it. Keep saying it, but yeah, it's something you will really like. Humanity, you play as the sweetest pupper alive, or is he? Oh. Interesting. Twist. Or is he? Twists, turns, you love it. Endling, very short plat with an ending sad enough to almost make a grown man cry. Now to the top 5. All are on the same level. Some are just better. Tales of Iron. Cute little game where you play as a rat and fight frogs and bugs. It's more fun than it sounds. Zombie. The only bad thing I have to say about this masterpiece is that it crashed like 3 times an hour on PS4. Maybe PS5 won't have that problem. So we've done Wolfie. It's called The New Order, isn't it? So, yeah, the New Order. The titles are eluding me. Used to be my favourite game back on my PC and still holds up. Yeah, it's a great game. Borderlands 3. It's awesome and funny even when you're doing them side quests. Numero freaking uno is, drum rolls please, Persona 5 Royale! It's definitely Royal. Every time it comes to I have a need to because I'm emphasizing, I feel like I need to say Royal.
Persona 5 Royale!
I feel like that's what it needs to be said like, but it's probably just Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal. But yeah, I can't wait to play because it's on my, those 10 game challenge.
That you're not going to do by the end of the year.
Yeah, I finally finished the last castle, and the game is still so great even after like a year. Good luck in the comp, guys, especially to Exotic Shooter, Team Leon, Team T Walsh team.
Exotic Shooter team, Leon team, T Walsh team.
Not just Exotic Shooter and Team Leon, yeah, we're forgetting about Jay
Team Leon, Team Leon.
Forgetting about Jay Ninja and Rushy in there. Yeah, we've got Taylor in there as well, who's obviously got a new partner now with Dragon and Griff. Also, I'm not going to be as active as I used to be in the server. I will be happy to get 1 plat next month. Oh, but yeah, unbelievable.
Everything's okay?
Yeah, hope everything's okay.
Much comp, a really slow month, been away on vacation and stuff, so I haven't been playing much. We've got Fast and Furious, Spy Racers, Rise of Shifter. And Senran, Kagura, Shinobi versus.
Interesting. Solid month as always, Thomas. Love to see it. The boss, another amazing month for the server. And then my 1 plat and 100% game. Nidog, crappy 2D sword fighting side scroller. Did it as it was leaving extra. Tried to boost online with Mark, but the online is so crap. We could only connect with our alts, and even that disconnected multiple times. So yeah, really good month for you, Stephen. Love to see that. And then, oh, sorry, there's we do have a little bit in between. I didn't see that. I do apologise. 115 Injustice 2, an easy fighter with really bad RNG. Huge thanks to the legend Flick Pro for boosting with me and my poor ass. But yeah, really, really solid month that, and some nice cheeky ultra rare as always, Stephen. Love to see it. And then it brings us on to this man.
Time to submit to the inevitable silence and follow the person who actually knows what she's doing.
So Leon, first of all, Rocksmith, first part of the month for the challenge. My first ever 9 out of 10 and rarest platinum so far. Was a good game, and it's probably only as rare as it is because of the guitar-cade games, which are just glitchy and don't pick up what you're playing. The songs weren't bad either, and I already knew how to play one beforehand, which made my time a bit easier. The last trophies were just a grind. Vanquish. This game was brilliant. Again, only done due to the challenge, was a nice TPS with one of the smoothest movement systems I've seen. Stretch needed an easier game after them two, and this was made by the Slide developers. Actually wasn't bad, was an arcade style game and you just had to have quick reaction speeds basically. Stranded Deep, auto pop using another person's world in co-op. Game doesn't run very well on PlayStation, so I just wanted it cleaned up off. Tales of Iron, brilliant little gem this. Not usually a fan of Souls-likes, but this one had an easy difficulty.
Nice.
Untitled Goose Game, challenge game, probably the hardest game I've done this month. Them speedruns had me wanting to kick that goose a very long distance. Kato, a nice little puzzle game, really enjoyed it, aesthetically pleasing and good story with cool mechanics. Destroy All Humans, Clone Carnage, co-op game with Rushy Rocker for the challenge, was nice for the most part, tad bit grindy though. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, One Winged Angel is a song you can play in this, need I say more? It was
really?
A good rhythm game though.
Wow, I look forward to that then.
We Were Here, quick co-op games for a challenge. Dragon Audit, quick solo game for the challenge, enjoyed it, was pretty funny in my opinion, but acquired taste probably. Endlink, good game, ending I'd be a bit teary-eyed though.
I'm not playing it.
No,
I'm an emotional man.
He actually will cry. Persona 5 Royale, one of the greatest JRPGs I've played.
You could be one of the announcer when it's like the world heavyweight title and the boxing. in the red corner, weighing in at 200 pounds.
Can I just be in, well, why can't I think of the Space Jam?
Could be.
The presenter in Space Jam.
Yeah, why not?
The character boss battles and music were all perfect for the game. Recommend to all. Great monthly game from everyone. Hopefully next month is just as good for you all.
Unbelievable. Really good month. Love that. So we've got Aidan Sam, 13 plats and 1 non-plat this month. Had great fun trying to push myself to finish as many games as I could this month. Way too many games to talk about each one in detail, so I'll just say both Fury and Little Nightmares 2 are both excellent games, and I highly recommend both games to anybody. Thumper was also fantastic. Played the whole thing in VR and loved every second, but if you don't have VR, it's probably not as fun. So what we'll do is, of course, to make things fair, Aidan, we're going to bring these up a little bit bigger, just so we can give you that recognition that you deserve, buddy, because, yeah, what an absolute month that is. Yeah, real solid. What is this? I love finding more cats.
You have to do it.
I absolutely have to do that.
I do love finding more cats.
As soon as we stop recording, we're playing a cat game. Any excuse to add another cat game?
So we're on to Ryan. What's up? 8 platinums for the month. Prototype, really enjoyed it. Some of the challenges were a bit of a pain, but I guess doing infinite glitch made less stressful on hard. Killzone Liberation, easy enough game, especially with the rewind system. Rayman Origins, definitely not as grindy as Legends. Still a fun game all round. Also, even though it was never beating Crash 4 that week, how it didn't get nominated for
completion of the week
is shocking from the boss. I feel like I knew that, but it wasn't coming. Endling, fun short game, but the ending really got me, not gonna lie.
There's a real kind of...
I told you.
I know you did, but you know, like, I didn't know if you would just find it sad, but everyone literally is.
I find things less sad than you. If I find it sad, you're going to cry.
You cry when I say you've got a skill issue?
Absolutely not. Alex Kidd, regular platformer controls were bad and unnecessary deaths, not much more to say. Iron Me, puzzle game, not really for me. Stretch, looked through Leon's list and saw it, just under 70%, so I got it a few hours after. Then I got the plat and it went up 0.01%, as you see now.
Wow.
Wukong, pretty much a Crash Bandicoot rip-off, still fun to play. As good month as always, been a fun tournament and some absolute beasts. Good luck to those who qualify, and if not, good luck in August. Happy hunting as always.
That's class. Let's have a little look.
That's gutting that.
Oh, there, so he's done it like 70.01%.
You were that 0.01.
I'd have photoshopped it or something just to... Class, great month, love that. Here he is, the Welsh legend, Mark. Just 2 plats this month. Had a lot of life going on. Absolver was a fun grind with Rob the Legend, but I think we would have fun together watching paint dry, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. Evil Within, really enjoyed the base game, even Akuma mode. Story's not amazing, but the gameplay and atmosphere are great. Completed 2 of the 3 DLCs, and they fill out the story fairly well, but are pretty boring compared to the base game, and there's no need to have a second playthrough with just a torch. Really good month. Smashing the ultra rare friends as always. So yeah, love that, Mark. Awesome, buddy.
Black Phantom, what an amazing month this has been for everyone, those being in the tournament and those who weren't. I hope the madness continues even after the tournament is over. 8 plats in a single month is probably something I've done only once in the past. Trek to Yomi and I have been eyeing this game since it was revealed. The gameplay was great, the story, having multiple endings which I like a lot, was also very good. The strongest part of the gameplay for me were the executions. Being in Japan was also a plus for me since I love Japan. I totally recommend it to everyone who's into roguish like and sword using games.
Oh.
Ether 1. An amazing story in this walking simulator. It's a walking simulator.
Walking sim?
The soundtrack was amazing. It was tricky to find some collectibles, which I had to rewatch a guide for them. Luckily, they were not missable after the credits rolled. Tales of Iron. This one was similar in a way to Trek to Yomi, but it had way more RPG elements to it, with different builds that let anyone customise their character in whatever way see fit. The Escapists 2. I'm going to try again.
Oh.
Maybe come back to it was the fact that I recently started rewatching Prison Break and instantly loved this game. Different prisons with their respected security was climbing higher and higher. A lot of different ways to escape each facility, and there are different escapes depending on whether you play it alone or with friends.
Oh,
Interesting.
very nice.
Overcooked, all you can eat. I started playing with my buddy Ray, but unfortunately due to our servers being too far apart, USA and Greece, we weren't able to continue for long since we were lagging. Thus we both played the game separately. It was a great relaxing cooking sim game, have somewhat of a break from all the madness going in the tournament, while also contributing to it. That makes sense, definitely does make sense. I totally recommend you pick a friend and enjoy it while having a laugh and a beer. I want to play it.
Yeah, we'll definitely, hopefully we haven't split up by the time we finish it, because it's brutal. That come out wrong, I didn't mean like, we're just going to randomly break up while playing said game.
I skipped a beat there. I was like, I'm waiting for a ring, not for you to break up with me.
No, it's a joke. It's one of those games where you'll end up like killing each other before you get it finished.
Anyway, moving on.
Just change my words up a bit. I don't break up with me, I love you.
Yakuza 4, not many words needed from me for this franchise anymore. I love everything about this franchise and my end goal is to plat them all at some point. The story was absolutely amazing, even though not many fans agree. The new characters that we were introduced to were all great. Not having a trophy for 100% this completion was a big surprise, honestly.
Like that. Gotta plat them all, Yakuza.
Beholder, I picked this one back when I was a gaming site reviewer, but never went for the plat before. Once again, a story with multiple endings, which I like a lot. You follow the new landlord, Carl Stein, who was appointed by the state to monitor a building in Crushvice 6, where following the state rules or using your human side and help out the rebellion and your tenants for a chance of a better life. It's totally up to you.
Ooh.
Endling, a touching cartoony art style following a mama fox trying to rescue her baby who was stolen by a scavenger. Keep your cubs fed and rescue your stolen one with whatever means necessary.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, The Legend Flick. I had 3 plats this month. The first was NHL 19. Glad to have gotten that out of the way, and it's a nice clean-up. The second one was It Takes Two, with my favourite Forest Go. Onyx is a forest dweller. The third was Stray, since it was going to be removed from the PS Extra. I think the game was okay, but with a sad ending, but I don't understand the hype for it. I mean, it was okay, but not more. Great month by everyone, and looking forward to see everyone's plats for next month. Happy hunting in August to all of you awesome hunters. Much love, Flick. Love that. Thank you.
And we're on to Spud. It's been a good month with the tournament going on and seeing how everyone has done. Most of these games I did for the tournament. Bioshock Remastered, did the stack of this earlier in the year and still one of the best games ever made. Stray, cute cat and story, but the game itself I found quite boring to play and a lot of repetition, easy plat though. PGA Tour 2K23, I enjoyed playing golf games and this one was fun and straightforward platinum. Severed, nice to get a Vita platinum this month. I enjoyed this game, it's a simple concept but loads of fun, would recommend if you have a Vita. Xenon Valkyrie Plus, did this for the tournament as I saw Dragon play it and recommended it for the tournament points, decent enough game. Bioshock 2 Remastered, again I did the stack earlier in the year and still a great game, just not as good as the first. Far Cry 5, a 5-year clean-up platinum, one of the best Far Cry games in my opinion, with maybe the best Far Cry story. Just need to clean up some of the DLC if I can be bothered. Thanks to Bandersnatch and Cicero for the help with some multiplayer stuff. War Dogs, Red's Return, Streets of Rage knockoff with easy 2-3 hour platinum. I enjoyed it for what it was. Even though it wasn't to be for my team in the tournament, Group A was a joke to be fair. I'm looking forward to seeing the next stage and see what team is crowned the winner. I can also now focus on FF16, which is incredible.
Yes, well said. Love that.
Aww.
Ray the Wabbit. Was a decent month, I think, especially considering all the in real life setbacks, but it could have been worse. The Phantom Wabbits did our part in the World Cup. Demon's Souls, this game is absolutely gorgeous. One of the most beautiful games I've ever played, and as a Souls game, it's alright. Flame Lurker as a boss stands out for me. Same with some of the environments. Really didn't like some of the boss runbacks or the man-eaters though. Little Nightmares 2, rather. What an incredible game. It has that Tim Burton feel to it, and one of my favourite movies ever being The Nightmare Before Christmas. This was a no-brainer for me. DMC Devil May Cry. easy one despite the name. It's way too overhated in my opinion. The music is good and the combat is good, which is really all that matters in a DMC game. I wish there were no colour-coded enemies, and the story elements are a bit cringe, but it's top 3 in the series. Then we've got Brawlhalla. I already had the plat ages ago. The add-on trophies are just so grindy. Overcooked All You Can Eat. Tried to play with the main man Black Phantom, but like he said, there were some connection issues. Very enjoyable game though. And we've got Elden Ring. I already played this one before, but the PS5 version really runs so smoothly. It's so open, has a lot of... My brain's not working. QL improvements, and it'll come back to me while I'm reading. Brain's gone. It's frozen. Improvements, and has some of the best areas bosses in the series. Definitely not the best though. That's Bloodborne, especially because of the spammy enemies, super long, hard to read combos that some bosses use, and how some bosses just keep running away from you, like you're a dragon, come here. Killzone Liberation, not much to say. Quick and easy, not too bad. Great little month for it. Absolutely smashed it as always, my good friend.
MZ 100% only, Mahjong Royal Towers, Platts, Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2, WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2010, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and Zombie Army Trilogy. Very nice. Very
nice. And on to Hurricane. Only got 1 plat this month, and that was Goat Sim. Yeah, which we're going to talk about next month for you, aren't we? But yeah.
Right, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going with either Oshi or Oshi. I'm not entirely sure which one, so you'll have to let us know.
I'm going to say Oshi.
Yeah. Alright, month for me. 5 plats and a lot of practice on SMB. 18 out of 20 PB for Impossible Boy.
Yes, and I believe, spoiler alert, he's done it now.
Oh.
So yeah, he's Platinum Super Meat Boy.
Very nice.
Because I always say I try to ignore it a little bit. I'm not being ignorant when I don't react to people's Platinum posts, but I try to not look at them for the surprises. But I'm sure when I was looking at, I'm sure I've seen he's done it now. Yeah.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare, mate.
Oh. Probably the easiest on the list, if I'm being honest. Although you had to do Veteran, it was laughable compared to any others I've done. Wolfenstein The Old Blood. Mostly did this for the Clean Wolfenstein collection, since I didn't have too much interest in this one. Ratchet and Clank, very good game, and a must play for anyone with the PS5. Did it one sitting, actually with 15 seconds left than what the guide says, with a couple of hours idle time.
Nice.
Until Dawn took me way too long because I got burnt out hard from the first playthrough, which I enjoyed, so I forced myself just to get it over with. Black Ops 3, not much needs to be said really, an absolute slog to complete. From 20 plus hours multiplayer grind to mission quest with not restarting checkpoint, to veteran without dying, to one-shot kill difficulty, the recurring zombie trophies, and of course a long camo grind. This game had all the boredom one can face. Not even really happy, but being done with it, just relieved.
Yeah, it's a long one, Black Ops 3. I've kind of put it down, and there's too much, I think. So, Krish, awesome. First of all, I want to congratulate everyone for their amazing plat, and also the World Cup challengers for an enjoyable and tough competition. I never thought I would achieve so many plats in a single month, although I was held up with a lot of work halfway through. I got a total of 13 plats in the month of July, in which 9 games were for the challenge and the other 4 were backlogs. So we got FIFA 22. Played so many FIFA games in the past, but this one is the first FIFA plat for me. I'm glad I found a group and got this done. Stray, plat the game twice now, so you know I love the game. Untitled Goose Game, this game was absolute bonkers. Had some trouble with the speedrun trophies, but it was not that bad. Little Nightmares 2, I thought this game to be mediocre at best, but it just blew me away, absolute gem. Unravel, another hidden gem. PSMP gave this game a 3 out of 10 difficulty, but it was more like a 5 out of 10 for me. Skill issue. Overall, it was a solid game, which I enjoyed. Yeah, I mean, I've put this down. I've actually just got it installed again. I started going back through, and it was the reason I put it down, because it says it's a 3 out of 10, but I'm probably more leaning towards what Krish is saying as well. Trek to Yomi, got into this game because I love Ghost of Tsushima. From an indie point of view, it did not disappoint. Stranded Deep, I legit got 38% of the trophies before I gave up. I'm glad that glitch happened. These types of games are not for me, and it was just awful. Endling, another gem of a game I played because of the cup, the art style, and especially the story was so good. Highly recommend. Tekken 7, this game was pure nostalgia for me, and I'm glad I played a Tekken game after so many years. Loved it. Humanity. Cool little puzzle game with amazing graphics, particle effects, and the story was decent. God of War on the PS3. Got this game cleaned up for my 125th plat milestone. Well done, Chris, that's awesome. Resi Evil 2, another backlog cleaned up, and also the plat was my 7,000th trophy milestone. Got the No Way Out DLC trophy done after dying so many times I lost count. And then COD Modern Warfare 2019. With so many COD played, this is my only second COD plat after Ghosts. Hope more CODs are like this with no BS DLC in the future. Yeah, I totally agree. Absolutely.
So we've got Cinder 8. Good job on everyone for their plats this month. The World Cup was fun and I was expecting to do more, but I was away from my PlayStation for most of the month. Thanks Big Giant Crow for carrying our team to the quarterfinals. As for my monthly, I only managed to do the PS4 version of Stray and It Takes Two. Can't say much about Stray, seeing as I previously had the PS5 stack, but It Takes Two I played with my nephew and had lots of fun with him. Definitely see why it won the Game of the Year in 2021.
Fantastic, great month. Squirrel Ruler, pretty good month for me. The World Cup Challenge definitely affected which games I played. Dead Cells, love this game, second time 100%ing it. The list released a couple of days before the event, which was great timing. The Order, this was a game I had been wanting to play and the event gave a good excuse to knock it out. I and Me, this game was a recommendation and it was a lot of fun. Nice relaxing little puzzle game. We'll be doing the Vita version soon. Super Destronaut DX, there was a July True Trophies target that this game completed for me. Wife Quest, bought on deep discount and it worked for the event. Ended up really enjoying it. Another nice little game. Endling, free PS Plus game and went with the event. This one goes for the feels. And More Chronicle. This was my Vita game for the month. Generally play one a month from time constraints. Was really good. Really enjoyed it. Now to do the Japan version. Really good month. Squirrel Ruler. Love that.
Bartek. It's been a busy month with some real life stuff to do, so my tournament points aren't outstanding, but I guess it happens and it won't be the last time. Absolutely not. We said at the beginning, real life comes first.
Of course it does.
All the time,
Absolutely.
every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Overall great performance from everyone in the tournament, and my guess that Griff will be the top scorer. I said that to myself before the tournament started and was right. It's so impressive what you did, mate. So bleeping impressive. That's how impressive it was. Anyways, here's my month. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. The first game out of the new trilogy. The game remembered me how much... I'm going to try again. The game reminded me how much fun these games are, and that I need to come back and finish all 3 games. One of my new mates asked me if I want to do it, and this was the best opportunity. Pretty easy list of multiplayer trophies weren't that hard. With the method of getting almost 100k XP per round made it easier. Game of the month. Stranded Deep. I wanted to do it legit this month, but just before I started the journey, the bug came and used it for the plat like everyone this month. Ultron, nice little game.
Ultron? Like the Marvel villain.
Ultratron. I'll try that again.
Flesh.
Ultratron. Nice little game. I had a lot of fun playing it. Just something different to play. Death Squared. I saw this game after Rob did the plat and I knew I needed to plat it. I love puzzle games and this was one with so much fun. Only the controls if the cube was clunky as bleep.
As bleeps. Clunky as bleeps.
First class roll PS5. Did the other version before. Pretty easy to boost, finally done. Alex Kidd, it was a tournament game for me, just for the point, 0 nostalgia and 0 fun while playing it. Endling, lovely game with a sad ending, and yeah, I used Optinoob's guide to be quicker. I used a guide. Realm Royale, I played it with one of my new friends, pretty easy multiplayer list with an ultra rare blood.
You hungry?
Yeah, starving.
I don't know if the mic will have picked that up, but bellies be rumbling. Yeah, I'm absolutely starving, not gonna lie.
Steaks for days, nice.
Oh, steaks for days.
Oh, thank you so much for the support and kind words. Everyone is amazing. Love you all, and good luck in the playoffs, aka quarterfinals.
Fantastic. So we've got Darth Boothie next. Congrats to everyone on their plats and to the insane competition going on at the moment. It's been fun checking, seeing what insane games have been done. Just the 2 plats for me this month, but both were absolute bangers. FF16, this has set the bar for AAA productions to beat, and good luck. Some of the most insane boss fights I've ever seen. Fingers crossed on the DLC happening.
Chew!
Chew! It's Pikachu doing his little thunder shock. Pikachu.
Carry on.
Why did your sneeze sound like how you would write it down in a chew? I just go. Maybe a bit of snot comes out or something. I don't know. Yeah, a chew. You're not okay.
Sweet.
FF5. Couldn't remember much of this back in the day, but was really surprised how long it was. Interesting story and love Gilgamesh. What a guy. Oh, Gilgamesh was it? I love Gilgamesh was a guy. Was he? Wasn't he? Gilgamesh, what a guy. Love the music from 5 as well. Battle on Clash on the Big Bridge or Battle on the Big... I forget the name of the title, but when you're fighting Gilgamesh anyway, banger.
Body Fish. Bunch of easy platinums. These are the non-easy platinums. Stranded Deep. Realm Royale. MK11. YouTuber Life. Untitled Goose Game. Dead Island. Riptide. Far Cry Primal. The Order 1886. And lastly, Dead Island 2. Very nice.
And then for anyone who wants to play some sweats, some easy ones in there. Some good games too. I love it. Great little month, Body Fish. And then we're finishing off with the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Curtis.
Birthday.
And great to have you back, buddy. So it's been another very eventful month in my life. I won't go into too much detail to save this becoming depressing, but it's been tough. Anyway, in terms of trophies, this month was quite slow since I was on holiday and such. However, still a lot to talk about. Demon Slayer, Hinokami Chronicles, yet another 3D arena fighter, and just like the anime, this game is beautiful and is loyal to the source material, which is appreciated. This was definitely hard at times, but for some reason I'm really good at anime fighters, so it wasn't too bad. Dead by Daylight, this one I'm very proud of seeing, as I knocked out 6 years worth of DLC in 1 month, and they're not easy by any means. However, I've still got one single trophy left, and it's just way too random and inconsistent. So I'm taking a break for now. Still very fun game if you know how to play well. If you don't, well, you're not going to have any fun. One Piece Odyssey, I'm currently 328 episodes into One Piece, and from the arcs I've seen in the anime that were put into this game, I can safely say that this game is a true love letter to One Piece fans. I never thought I would be able to walk around Water 7 and see what it would have looked like if the anime wasn't limited to 2D animation. Combat got stale towards the end, but overall a fantastic experience, definitely recommend. For Honor, my next big project after Dead by Daylight, and arguably even harder to do because this game is pure skill, and if you're bad at the game you stand no chance since virtually every trophy is online only. I'm not in a rush with this, but it will be done at some point. I'm going to leave it there because everything else is clean up on either DLC or games that I don't think are worth talking about. Anyways, look forward to seeing what everyone will do in August. Sorry for leaving the server. You don't need to be sorry, buddy. It's just great to have you back, and a great little month. Hope you're having a great birthday, buddy. So that's the monthly collection, a long one because of the challenge. Yeah, God knows how long the video is going to be.
Yeah.
Potentially longer than normal. So we will close up swiftly, promptly, however it shall be.
Mistake.
Oh, and let's get them sirloins and rumps on the go. Anyway, yeah, really enjoyed that. It was good fun seeing what everyone's done. You know, really enjoyed it. We've had good laughs as well, haven't we? Like,
and we'll do the next monthly
sooner. Yeah. So there will be, you know, videos around the competition, especially one at the start of September, to kind of highlight the end of the tournament, if you like, and then we'll probably just get the monthly straight out, something like that. But yeah, really enjoyed it. As always, I do want to give a massive shout out to, you know, my patrons and also to my channel members as well. You know, everything that we're doing here wouldn't be possible without you guys, so thank you very much. And as always, there's links in the description. You know, the Discord, if you're not in it, why you're not in it, come and join it. It's amazing. Links to everything else, PSN profiles, you know, the social stuff. Yeah, you know, check it out. Just check it all out. You know, check everything out. Why not? Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And whatever you're doing, look after yourself, stay safe, and we will see you in the next one.